Formulation of pharmaceutical emulsion. There are some excipient that is used in the pharmaceutical emulsion along with the API. The API, that is active pharmaceutical ingredient that is responsible for the therapeutic activity of the dosage pump. It may be one or more active ingredients along with the other adjuvants. For example, emulsifying agent that we have discussed in the definition, that a third agent that is used for stability, that is emulsifier, that is termed as emulsifying agent or stabilizer. Antioxidants are also used in the formulation of pharmaceutical emulsion. If the materials are going to deteriorate by the oxidation, in that case antioxidants are used in the formulation. Buffering agents are used, which is just change in pH, because change in pH can alter the stability of the pump. Preservative is also a part of the formula in the pharmaceutical emulsion in order to preserve the pharmaceutical emulsion and to protect it from the microbial growth. Solvents and co-solvents are used. Flavoring agents are used. Especially flavoring agents are needed for the orally formulated formulation, vehicle and antimicrobial agents. These are the details or excipient that is used. But remember that by selecting the suitable emulsifying agent and other additives that are compatible with the active pharmaceutical ingredient in the formula of the pharmaceutical emulsion, as well as one excipient should be compatible with the rest of the excipient. There should be no incompatibility, either the physical incompatibility, chemical incompatibility or the therapeutic incompatibility among the excipients and the excipient to the active pharmaceutical ingredient that are used in the pharmaceutical emulsion. Let's discuss in detail that what is the role of pharmaceutical emulsion ingredients, adjuvants. First one is emulsifying agent, that is responsible for the stability, and in first slide we have studied that emulsion is a biphasic system of two immiscible liquid. Because these are not blendable, these are immiscible liquid. In order to make it miscible, the third agent that is termed as emulsifying agent or emulsifier, that is responsible for stabilization of the emulsion. One class of emulsifier is also known as surface active agents or surfactants. Basically, emulsifier reduce the interfacial tension between the water and the oily phase. Interface means the boundary between two phases is termed as interface. Different reason behind using pharmaceutical the reason behind using Emulsifying agents are to prevent the coalescence of globules of the dispersed phase. Emulsifying agent help in formation of pharmaceutical emulsion by three mechanisms. First mechanism is that I have told you that it reduces the interfacial tension. The second is formation of rigid interfacial film, monolayer, multilayer film are formed, and formation of an electrical double layer. These are the three mechanisms which help in the formation of emulsion. Example of emulsifying agents or emulsifiers include acacia gum, that is from gum acacia, tragacan gum, tragacan, cetyl alcohol, or it may be the cellulose derivative like PMC, MC. The second ingredient in the formulation is antioxidant. Antioxidants are the ingredients, molecule that inhibit the oxidation of other molecules. It means that it prevents oxidation. Oxidation is basically a chemical reaction that can produce free radical, leading to chain reaction that may damage cells. Why we use antioxidant in the formulation? To prevent degradation by oxidation. If any formulation is exposed to oxidation, there is a degradation in the formulation or the product. There is another phenomena that is seen in the oxidation. When the oils are exposed to oxidation, then it causes rancidity. Recalling from the biochemistry, first year biochemistry chapter lipid, there is oxidation to the oil or the lipid causes rancidity. Example of the antioxidant include ascorbic acid, tocopherol, propyl, tertiary butyl hydroquinone, butylated hydroxynisol, and butylated hydroxytoluene. These are the example of antioxidant. Remember that a certain type of limit is there for the concentration used in the formulation. Beyond that concentration, if we use, it may cause toxicity to the patient. Buffering agent. These are the materials when dissolved in solvent will enable the solution to resist change in pH, because pH limit is also important for the formulation. The choice of suitable buffer depends on the pH and buffer and capacity required. Why we use buffering agent? As I have told you that resist change in pH. It means that the rapid change in pH will be prevented by using buffering agent. When acid or base are added to the solution, then the change in pH will be prevented. For example, citrates, phosphate, acetate, and carbonates. These are the example of buffering agent used in the pharmaceutical emulsion. Next to the formulation is preservative. These are the substances which are commonly used in various pharmaceutical products in order to prolong their shelf life, increase the stability of formulation. Example includes sorbic acid, sodium sorbate, and sorbate, benzoic acid, sodium benzoate, and benzoates. These are also preservative, hydroxybenzoate and their derivatives, sulfur dioxide and sulfides. These are the example of preservative used in the pharmaceutical emulsion. There are different types of solvents and co-solvents which are used in the pharmaceutical emulsion. Solvent is a substance that dissolves a solute, resulting in the formation of solution. Without solvent addition to the solute, there is no possibility for the solution formation. But in some cases, the co-solvents are used in conjunction with the solvents that can increase the dissolution, increase the solubility of the solute. Example of solvents and co-solvents include water, sorbitol, glycerol, propylene glycol, that is also termed as PG, ether, alcohol, etc. These are the example of solvents and co-solvents used in the pharmaceutical emulsion. There are certain flavoring agents that is used in the pharmaceutical emulsion. Flavors are available in either the liquid form or the solid powder dosage form, powder form, in a variety of concentration and a variety of formulations and sizes. Flavors may be natural flavor or may be artificial flavor that we see, that it is banana flavor, it is Elsa flavor, it is strawberry flavor. Basically, the flavor are used in order to mask the unpleasant taste and to improve the acceptance of the formulation, because unpleasant or better taste drugs are not acceptable to the patient. Specifically, these are for the children orally taken formulation. When the unpleasant taste pharmaceutical emulsions are given to children, they neither accept because of the unpleasant nature. Example of the flavoring agents include: to improve a better product, the flavor used are mint, cherry or anise oil. Flavors are used to improve a salty product. To improve better product, the flavor used are, if the products are better taste, in these cases mint, cherry and anise are used as flavors. The second case is to improve a salty product. The flavors used are peach, apricot. The products are salty in nature. The first case was better product. The products are better taste. The second is salty in nature of the product. Then peach and apricots are used as flavors. And if it is a sour product, the masking of the sour product, the flavor used are raspberry flavor. These are different categories of the flavors used, and the first one is a better product. I have mentioned you to improve better product 3 example: to improve salty product 2 example, and to improve the sour product masking the flavor used 1 example, that is raspberry. There are several other examples, but these are some of the popular examples which are commonly used as flavoring agent in the pharmaceutical emulsion. Remember that flavors may be natural origin or may be of the artificial origin. There are certain vehicles that are used, the liquid bases that carry drugs and other pharmaceutical excipients in dissolved or dispersed state. Pharmaceutical vehicle may be classified, either it may be aqueous vehicles or it may be oily vehicle. Aqueous vehicle means that they will prefer water, hydroalcoholic, polyhydric alcohols and bubbles. These are aqueous types of vehicle. These may be thin liquid, thick syrupy liquid, mucilages or hydrocolloidal bases. Mucilage, basically mucilage is in pharmacognostic point of view. I'm going to tell you that one is gum, one is mucilage. Mucilage is the internal, if we aqueous vehicle or oily vehicle, water, hydroalcoholic, polyhydric alcohols and buffers are the example of aqueous vehicle. These may be either thin liquid, thick syrupy liquids, either in the form of mucilages or hydrocolloidal bases. While on the other hand, oily vehicles, these are vegetable oils, mineral oils, organic oily bases or emulsified bases. Aqueous vehicle, water, natural water contain large number of dissolved and suspended impurities. Antimicrobial agents are also used in the formulation of the pharmaceutical emulsion because they preserve the formulation from microbial attack. There are a number of antimicrobial agents used. For example, there are para-hydroxybenzoate esters such as methylpyrabine, which is commonly used in the pharmaceutical industry, and propylpyrabine, MP and PP are the abbreviation for that. Methylpyrabine and propylpyrabine respectively. These are widely used in the pharmaceutical industry as antimicrobial agents in the oral formulation. The second one is organic acid such as ascorbic acid and benzoic acid. These are also types of antimicrobial agents. Organic mercurial such as phenyl mercuric acetate and phenyl mercuric nitrate. These are antimicrobial agents used in the formulation of pharmaceutical emulsion. Quaternary immunine compounds such as cetrimide, these are used in the creams because cream is also a viscous type of emulsion. Recalling from the types of emulsion, vanishing cream and cold cream are example of pharmaceutical emulsion. Quaternary immunine compounds like cetrimide are used in the formulation of the pharmaceutical emulsion. Cresol derivatives such as chlorocresol, these are also example of antimicrobial agents used in the pharmaceutical emulsion. These are taken from Lachman, Theory and Practice of Industrial Pharmacy, 3rd edition. You can consult page number 513 to 517. The latest edition may be vary the pages. It may be other pages in the latest edition, 4th edition or other edition. But remember that these are under the title of the pharmaceutical emulsion chapter. In emulsion chapter, chemical and physical parameters, you can consult in detail all these editors. Emulsifying agent, antioxidant, buffering agent, preservatives, solvents and co-solvents, flavoring agent, vehicle and antimicrobial agent. Concluding to the topic, in this topic what we have studied, a brief review. First we have defined the pharmaceutical emulsion. and then various types of pharmaceutical emulsion, that is based on dispersed phase. I have also told you that there are several other bases, like based on the routes of administration, oral emulsion, topical emulsion, or parenteral emulsion. Are based on the size of globules or droplets. It may be macroemulsion, it may be microemulsion, and the other type of the emulsion based on the size of droplets is nano emulsion. After that, we have discussed that what is meant by oil and water type of emulsion, in which the oily phase is dispersed as droplets, and in water and oil type of emulsion, water droplets are dispersed in the oily phase. And the third type of emulsion, that is multiple emulsion, either water and oil, water droplets in the oily phase is further distributed in the aqueous medium, and hence it is water and oil and water type of the emulsion. While the second one, that is the oil and water and oil type of emulsion, that is the vice versa of the first one. After that discussion, we have a detailed discussion on the formulation of pharmaceutical emulsion, the various excipients used in the pharmaceutical emulsion. One by one, we have explained that what is meant by emulsifying agent, what is meant by the antioxidant, buffering agent, preservatives, solvents and co-solvents, flavoring agent, vehicles, and antimicrobial agent. But remember that it should be compatible with the active pharmaceutical ingredient. The active pharmaceutical ingredient may be one or more ingredient. If you see an emulsion label available in the market, for example, if you see the cremafine emulsion, if you see the propofol injection, it is also an emulsion, or any other dosage form, you will see the label claim contain the amount of the active pharmaceutical ingredient along with the quantity, but the rest of the excipients are not mentioned in that particular label claim or label of the dosage form available in the market. But there are some formulations in which flavors are mentioned, like strawberry, banana flavors, specifically for the children, or in certain dosage form it is mentioned that it is sugar free. If it is not mentioned it is sugar free, it means that it contains the sugar. If it is syrup or any other formulation. This is a review. You can consult it in the Lakeman and Laborman under the title of Theory and Practice of Industrial Pharmacy. The pages may vary in the other edition, but it is more detailed discussion on that chapter of the emulsion. Thank you for your attention. In case of any queries, you can consult me without any citation.